seen before, but you a black man like me. That's right, and it's worth something.
This is Black Watch with Commanding General Yahanna, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he make man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
We don't need a black man in the White House. We need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Black Watch. Let the show begin. I.S.U.P.K. 53rd Annual Low Passover.
53rd Annual Lord's Passover is going to be held down here in Florida.
It's going down.
You're here tonight to get a chance to be righteous enough to be worthy of God. Come on, to save you.
That's right.
It's going down. The Lord's 53rd Annual Passover.
When we say we no cowards, we talk that business. We no cowards up in here.
Book your hotels now at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, the IHG Hotel, 301 Tucker Lane, Cocoa Beach, Florida, 32926.
Here's a lot of men down. You dealing with the men of war. We at war. I sided with the
Y'all see this?
Comes with all your dishes, pots, and sports knives.
I got a like this. This is like an apartment, and a hotel. You know what I mean?
This here right here is about to be holy ground. This is going to be holy ground. All our beautiful, wonderful brothers and sisters from all over the world. You understand? We can boast that now. Brothers and sisters coming not only from every state, but from all over the world. I heard the numbers this year is ridiculous. We had to buy out the whole hotel.
Friday, April 15th at the Space Coast Convention Center.
My camp undefeated. You cannot debate. You just want the clout. We just want the grades. I'm just trying to get it.
This is going to be glorious.
We don't give a fuck, you can see it in our face. Got it out the mud, straight up out the base.
It's 613 commandments, nigga, and you can't do 10, my nigga. Matter of fact, you can't do one, my nigga. Let's see if you can stop eating pork. I see that pork juice running down your fork. Talk about you blessed in the streets of New York. I see that tight Christian 3-piece suit that you bought. When you gonna rock that? When you go to court? Maybe Sunday, better get Easter. I blast at you masters. Knowledge reigns supreme over all you teachers. Pedophile supporters, cool rigor mortis. Your niggas out of order. When Christ returns, you hear the screams in the chorus. Now breathe.
Revelations 6 and 17. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand?
Yeah. What's going on, Israel? ISUPK.com is the website. I'm Commander General Yohanna, man, and we are on fire with everything that's going on in this kingdom today. Got the heavy hitters in the building with me. General Muhammad rocking it out. Okay, as usual. General Hazayan in the building with me, also rocking it out as usual. General Bakal will be back next week, man. Officer Marah, Officer Yadiah, Officer Ibad, and they whole team holding us down like they do every week, man. And we got a lot, listen, we got a lot of, to talk about this week, a lot. So I'm going to let Yadiah start it off. Let everybody get on into it and break this thing down, because right now, let me tell you, we at a real spot in the empire right now. A lot going on. The wars, they talking about the war breaking out over there in Russia. You understand? UPK, pat yourself on the back. You've been bringing them prophecies up. Here we are right on the cusp of it. You know what I'm saying? Also, the pandemic is throwing their whole game off. They don't know what to do. They locking down other countries, protests, all that's jumping off. And they implementing everything that you got shut down with the cops during the summer. They getting ready to put it all back in effect. And they going back to busting heads and kicking in doors and doing all the things they was doing and even more, because they done got the right wording down to make it look good. Plus, we're going to talk about my favorite subject. Why in the west of hell do you keep allowing these heathens to decide and dictate what goes on among us and to try to tell us what we got to do for us? I can't stand it with y'all. The heathens always got to tell us what we got to do with us. We coming up to deal with that today. And heathens, generals, heathens that made it off of us. How you going to make it off of us? Now all of a sudden you going to check us. Now you going to tell us to make sure we pulling up our pants. Nigga, let your pants hang down, damn it. I know that ain't our usual. General's looking at me like, get naked. That ain't possible. General's like, that ain't UPK policy. I know it ain't UPK policy, but goddamn it, I'm sick of these cats trying to tell us how we supposed to be. We didn't tell our sons to pull their pants up, not you.
Damn right, sir.
You don't tell us what to do with like all of a sudden you got a solution when you was in a mud hut on the other side of the world in the desert somewhere and then got you a few coins off of us.
Come on.
That's why I used to blaze on that polite the same damn way. You let a heathen come among us and blaze off and act like he know better than us what to do for us. And wait till you see the Christians. I'm going to get to it, but wait till you see the Christians. And I say Christians because they may not actually be in the church, but they got a Christian mentality, man. A real slave mentality, man. So we're going to bring all that out. And listen, and we're going to bring it out. And you better understand we bringing it out because you need to understand that you have got to love you first. Steve Harvey, we're going to bring that out. Steve Harvey went and adopted some African. Pledged to build her career and help her and all this while you starve in the ghetto. Nobody cares about you. I keep telling you that. The only one that cares about you is a black man by the name of Jesus Christ.
That's right.
You are black and Latino and Native Indian. Nobody cares about you. Look at Puerto Rico. Brothers got back from Puerto Rico, gave me the report. Puerto Rico is a mess right now. Them governors and them cats down there went down there and robbed the island of Puerto Rico blind. They damn near broke, people starving, people from the damn hurricane when Donald Trump was in office, is still people dying because they can't get electricity and the things they need to keep the elderly alive years after the goddamn hurricane, man. Nobody cares about you. And you too dumb to know nobody cares about you. You so busy being old corn-fed fool that you can't even see nobody cares about you but Christ. And you won't even pick up the mantle to help your damn self to fix the solution. We're going to deal with all that. Let's start with what you got. Come on, you die. Hit me. You got something in your bed. Come on and hit me. Get me right. Salakia.
We're satisfied. 5 months after police kill 8-year-old girl, officers are indicted on murder charges and the murder charges against teens are dropped.
Now, I'm not familiar with this story, you got to freshen me up on this one. What happened?
Khan, sir.
Please go into the story a little.
Come on. We are satisfied the officers will be held accountable. Philadelphia NAACP President Catherine Hicks said, after learning the Delaware County,
Go ahead.
After learning the Delaware County, Pennsylvania District Attorney charged 3 Sharon Hill police officers in the shooting death of 8-year-old Fanta Bickley. Officers Devon Smith, Sean Dolan, and Brian Divney are each charged with 12 counts of manslaughter and reckless endangerment.
Right. Because once again, we was crying for black. Now break this down, y'all. This is something y'all always talk about. We was crying for black cops, more black cops, more black cops. They gave us more black cops. Black cops killing us too. Okay, the 3 cops that was with Chauvin, one was an Oriental and one was a brother. And they just now indicted them 3 on them charges. Why? Why? Ask yourself a question. Why? Because our people, the mindset that we have against ourselves is why. If you hire black cops and you don't allow them to love black people, like if you come on, Haas, when you're a black cop and you go into the police department, Miami, right or wrong, you got to not love black people. You can't be no Latino cop loving Latinos, trying to let your hair grow long and wear braids and all that, using Latino slang. They got rid of the Attorney General, the Jake, because all he said was what? Like your abuela, your yeah, right. Y'all remember the video? Come on, man. Tell me y'all saw it. Somebody had to see it. The Surgeon General, not the Attorney General.
The Surgeon General.
The Surgeon General was trying to get people to take the COVID-19 shot.
Yeah.
And remember, he came out, he said, do it for your abuela. Do it for your grandma. He was saying it in English and Spanish. They trashed the nigga for it.
Yeah.
He out of a job. They got rid of him that year because he used Latino slangs and black slangs, and he was bringing us together and trying to say, yo, you blacks and Latinos, come together, get your vaccine. If not for you, do it for your grandma, your abuela. And he was dropping it. They got mad and got rid of him.
That's right.
So if you got a black cop and you ain't willing to allow him to love the rest of his people, then of course that means he got to hate them like the white man hate them. So what good is him being black and being a cop if he ain't allowed to do that? Right or wrong?
You're right, General. You're right.
Now, come on. I'm not lying.
No, you tell the truth, General.
It's the same damn spirit.
Yeah.
It's the same spirit in this kingdom, and you have not. Listen, don't you ever open your mouth telling me about Jesus, 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 when you're not allowed to love the people that need Jesus the most, blacks and Latinos and Native Indians. How you gonna tell me about Jesus when you can't give no love to them no more? You gotta love Jesus from a distance. Because you can't be compassionate to the people you're supposed to be compassionate for to help you. Instead, you got to be dispassionate, and then they got to receive passion from the white man.
If I could, Joe, guarantee that this would have been a whole different crowd. This is that shooting in Sharon Hill where somebody at a crowd was shooting at a football game, and they were shooting. The cops got on scene and shot back. They shot wildly in the crowd, the whole 9. That's what happened.
Reminded me.
This is that same story.
Dang.
They didn't. I don't even know if they saw the shooter.
No.
They just started shooting in the crowd.
Yes.
And that's why that girl and other people got hit.
Yes.
They ain't take cover. They ain't try to see the shooter. They ain't do nothing. They just shot in the crowd. If that would have been a white football game, they would not have done that. It would have been no shooting in the crowd. They'd have told everybody to get down and been looking for the shooter. But instead, this one here, they just went wild. And it had no care for the people that was over there they were shooting at. They didn't care.
Yeah.
Because to them, the shooter and the crowd were one.
Boom.
They were one. They wasn't no different.
Boom.
The shooters and the crowd were one. They had already prejudged in their mind, which is why they just shot the way they did into the crowd.
And nobody was shooting at them.
No.
They just was shooting for the shooter.
Yeah.
And that would never happen across America in some white schoolyard.
Nope.
Are you kidding? The president be down there.
Yep.
The goddamn Senate would be down there if they had done that. When these clowns went out there and just opened fire up there. And furthermore, you can't police the 12 tribes of Israel, no way. You might as well get that together already. Only thing you could do is terrorize God's nation.
That's right.
Fixing God's people, that's our job.
That's right.
You hate us for.
That's right, sir.
You hate us for our job when we at a job. Listen, I'm just going to wait back. I'm going to sit back. I'm cool. I'm going to sit back, man, and drink and, have me a Jack Daniels or something until you get your dumb ass straight and recognize that the only way you're going to ever fix blacks and Latinos and Native Indians is by giving them the knowledge of the truth, which I got and you don't.
That's right, Jenna.
We got and you don't.
That's right, sir.
Now, you can sit up there and yak BS all day. We got the truth. You don't.
Right,
let's see who's going to win out in this whole point.
That's right.
Because right now, we going to bring the story out. They went and they done reversed everything they went through last summer. Reversed all of it. Bringing back undercovers, bringing back TRT, bringing back the Bulls, the Jump Out Squad, bringing them all back. I dealt with all the back then. Rollouts, the jump out. The worst ones was the TNT. They jump out on you. You hope to live through the damn experience. They was like madmen. They bringing all of them back.
Yeah.
So nothing has changed because you don't know what you're doing.
Yep.
And so now these brothers, now these cats finally done got indicted. Who knows if they'll even get convicted?
Yeah.
Who knows if they'll even identify who shot who in the whole damn exchange?
Yeah.
The point is, this doesn't happen with us. You don't know how to fix these brothers and sisters. Yeah. And furthermore, you ain't gonna fix nobody when you sitting in mansions when I can drive 5 minutes from here to the pier and look at your $1 million yachts. Right down a short distance from here. I can look at your $1 million yachts. Drive 5 minutes in the other direction and watch my people starve to death. Watch some sister in the supermarket barely have enough food to feed her babies, not because the economy is bad or she lazy or every other lie you've ever said about blacks and Latinos, but because you have robbed God's people, man.
Yeah.
You have robbed God's people. And that's why I be pissed off when they turn around and say, well, you should be thankful. Thankful for what? I worked for everything I got.
That's right.
You ain't give me nothing.
That's right.
How I'm gonna have to be thankful when I bust my ass to get it?
That's right.
You ain't give it to me. You have opportunity here. Nigga, we made the opportunity here.
That's right.
You was starving with them pilgrims.
That's
You
right.
couldn't even feed yourself.
Yep.
We made an opportunity for you to survive. You selfish traitor. We more American than you are. You gonna act like we supposed to be thankful. You should be thankful you're in this country and you have an American citizenship. Jesus. Out your goddamn mind. We built the citizenship.
Yeah, right.
We got what we got because we worked hard to get it. The only reason we selling dope and killing each other because you robbed everything else.
Right.
It don't make no sense for no black man to sell no dope. It ain't no more money in dope no more. There ain't no more dope money. I ain't seen a nigga in a new car selling dope in a minute. Nigga riding old cars, doing drive-bys in old Benzes with the wrong rims on it and all that. They caught a nigga the other night. This fool, the one from Young Dolph. He went and killed Young Dolph and then put the old Benz in the video. The getaway. He got the get. You know a nigga, bro. You selling dope, you running with Young Dolph, and you put the getaway car in the damn video. You in there with the getaway car. They said the FBI, they said them feds came right to the house where the car was. Saw the car in the driveway. I know they was stunned. I know they sat in that driveway like, this can't be true.
Yeah.
This got to be a prank.
Yeah.
This fool come out getting in the car like, nothing ever happened. Come on, man. That's because you starving and ain't no money in it no more.
Yeah.
And the Lord is cutting it off.
Yeah.
And he should cut it off. So you can return to him. You better return to where you belong. And once again, man, the Most High is a good parent. He is an excellent parent. He will beat your, you know what I'm saying? He will beat your ass, excuse my friend, until you obey. He will beat your behind. He don't care what it take. He will beat your behind. He one of them fathers, man, to tear up all the furniture in the house, beating your ass. Tear up, break the coffee table, tear up everything. You know what I mean? You think, well, he acting like a maniac. No. He wants you to obey. That's what. He wants you to do what the hell he told you to do. And you are not doing it, so now this is what's happening. And you looking for them to fix it, and they shooting up the goddamn playground. Yep. You got more on that, you die? Come on, let's keep rolling, man. We got a whole lot we going into tonight. All right.
New York's response to violent incidents will include reinstating plainclothes officer unit, mayor says.
You know, the next time you hear me come on this show and call you captain of the dumbasses, just thank me. Like, what's the beef? Just say, oh, Thwart, brother. Thwart, I am captain of the dumbasses. It's love. It's love, man. It's just love.
Yeah, come on.
Because you listen, all that protesting last summer, burning down police stations, burning down the goddamn police station. All of that protesting and all that, they done brought back the damn. And here's the thing, y'all jump in, please, anytime. It's a lot. Here's the thing, the mayor of New York City, the new Jake mayor, implemented this bringing back undercover cops based on a police killing the violence call. Plainclothes cops do not respond to domestic violence calls. The guy was in the back room. His mother called on him, the usual. He's 40-something years old, still getting high. His mother called because she probably scared to death of him in there because you done let Esau get you trapped and you won't come to the feet of the prophets of God to get you off them drugs. Sitting up in your house getting high instead of getting your behind down near the Harlem and see Captain Tazariak and Captain and I'm Shemawa Allah and Captain Zai and all them and Zakar and all them captains that's down there. I hope I ain't missed none. All them captains down there.
Come.
You ain't go down there and let them get you straight and get you off of that thing. And so as a result, you in the back room terrorizing your mama because you don't want to stop getting high. Cops show up at the door. You half freaked out anyway, went and shot, killed one brother and injured another brother. And now, go on, give me a little bit more of the story. I know I'm jumping all over you. Give me a little bit more of the state of Black America. This is the real Black America, man. Latino America. Go ahead.
Sir. New York Mayor Eric Adams on Sunday outlined how the city will respond following a series of high-profile violent incidents, including a shooting Friday that left one police officer dead and another fighting for his life.
Go ahead. And those was brothers. All three of these cops was brothers. One brother, I mean, he must have been, I think he was like 27, lost his life at 27 years old.
All right, President Biden is responding.
Going through a door. Insane. Trying to uphold something that was created by a beast.
Yeah.
Something that was created by a beast. You don't respect what the prophets of God do with young men. Y'all see us all over this country, man. You see what God is doing with us. You ain't blind. Your church see what God is doing with us. You can't halfway get a man in that church unless he's switching. Don't tell me you don't see what he's doing with us. You see it clearly. But you are rebellious. Get me the scripture where Stephen said, you do all, you come on, you guy. I've got all, that's I like that. I got that. Read your mind. You like give me the what is it? The Judite mind trick on my ass. Make me talk it up, you die. Pull it. Tell him where you going. Shame, man. Like we could fix, and this is why I get my blood pressure gets up about it. My blood pressure gets up about it, generals, because we know we can fix it. And we ain't no damn Scientologists. We ain't thinking somehow in the fourth dimension this could be fixed. We telling you straight up hard work, working with these brothers is how you fix us, man.
Come on, come.
Listen, and we get better every year at it. We get better, more perfected. All that history from 69 up to today, we get better and better and better at it every year. And you not respecting what God has done. And that's why you're going to pay for it in these churches. That's why you're paying for it now. You paying for it right now in these churches. They like ghost towns. They paying to keep the lights on so nobody don't kick in the door and rob the church. Because it's empty in there. When they went and rolled on that synagogue, guy went and took hostages in that synagogue. Y'all remember that last week?
Oh, yeah.
He kicked the door in. How many people was in there? I mean, and you had to see this synagogue. It was big like a high school. It was big like a high school. He kicked in the door, was 4 people sitting there.
Wow. Sir, if I could, even that spit in the face stunt are the kind of stunts that preachers are going to have to start doing to fill the seats.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do, weird internet, viral things to get somebody to donate some money.
You so right, General. Like, they're going to have to become internet sensations with preachers.
Yeah.
They had one, I don't know if y'all heard about that African bad boy. He had him get butt naked. The sisters is like, you sisters out. I mean, I think these was hands out the church. So I ain't about the sisters being that dumb. But I'm waiting to see. Because you have to be, you got to be dumb like the sidewalk to believe that. You got to be dumb like the sidewalk to go in a church and in front of the entire congregation get butt naked and climb inside of a metal tub and think that God is going to bless your funky ass. You must be crazy. You might as well smoke crack. You might as well should know once you come out of here, should nobody say, sis, don't go get high no more. They should just say, sis, go on and do what you got.
Go ahead and
go on and hit that pipe, man. You all right. Because it makes absolutely no sense. Come on with it. Read that, then give me the video. Oh, you got the video right now? Oh, you got to hold that scripture. I'm coming back to it. Give it full screen. Look at this here. Look, this is in church. Look at this fool in the church. Look at this fool. Yo, my wife go sit in some church and get in a metal tub. All I ask is to send me commissary money. That's all I'm asking. We'll get through them hard days. I want a little t-shirt and I look at she's butt naked. In the church. With the preacher. I don't know what he is. And you telling me you got a real man, a mandingo man, huh? You got a mandingo man. Well, get your stupid ass in that tub. Get your dumb mandingo ass up in that tub, man. Ridiculous. That's why you ain't to listen to no. I'm telling you straight up from the Most High. You not to listen to no heathen.
Right.
It's in God's law. You're never to follow no heathen. You're never to follow no heathen because he said the only leader he would ever give you was among your brethren. How the hell a heathen gonna be sitting over you telling you about God when he himself said, don't you ever follow no heathen?
That's right, sir.
It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Like the level of stupidity that they have lowered us to is amazing. And again, y'all know I say this every week. Listen, the Bible, man. The Bible, bruh. The Bible, sis, it's our way out. The Bible is like, y'all talk about fourth dimension, the third eye, and all that old nonsense. I'm seeing in the fourth dimension because I just read the Bible. I look in the Bible and I see what you ain't seen. I see the world that it's supposed to be, and then I come back and see the world I'm in. And that's how I know the difference. I don't need a third eye. I don't need a crystal ball. I don't need no bones to throw on the ground, tarot card readers, psychic line, all this other stuff. I don't need none of that. Because I can go right into them scriptures, hit them scriptures, and see right how it's supposed to be. Come. But they done lowered us so low. And once again, that's why they're trying to get rid of the Bible and coming out with different versions of the Bible. Because without the Bible, then you can teach a woman to be stupid and get in a tub butt naked. Because she don't have the scripture, even though, again, that's a heathen. But we done did stuff almost as bad. Hell, that other preacher famous for laying them men down and climbing on their butt and humping them on their butt, dry humping them. Go ahead, you die.
If I could, sir, we did a story just last week about a brother that let that pastor spit in his head.
What am I saying? Right. Like you said, they're going to have to do these kinds of things to try to get some fame, to try to be seen, to try to still gain some notoriety against the scriptures. But let me tell you something. The Most High is wonderful in all that he does. He's going to bring the empire to its knees so that, guess what? Your antics will not work. Here's what will work. Clear understanding of God's plan. Clear understanding of God's scriptures. Clear understanding of the righteous society that Christ came to build. That is what's going to peer through. It ain't peered through for a while because you was too busy having a good time in this empire. But it's coming now. You don't think so? Go ahead and ask them over there in Ukraine. They storing up bread and cookies and old wine and whatever they can. They burying it under the damn house. Old sausage and canned food, they burying it under the goddamn house because they know what could possibly happen in the next few weeks. And if you think it's a joke, the U.S. is pulling out they ambassadors. Right or wrong?
Yeah.
Come on. Let me slow it down. You guys. You know what I'm saying? This is mad. This is like living in a madhouse, man. The stuff. Butt naked in the tub in front of the congregation, like this is serving God. When you got the Bible right there that say, thou shalt not show thy nakedness onto another man.
Right.
Thy wife's nakedness, thy daughter's nakedness, that nakedness is precious onto that man. And you strip her down butt naked. She's sitting in the tub with full vagina wide open in the tub. You can't stretch your legs out. You got to bend your legs. I mean, your whole vagina, he's sitting in the chair looking down in her whole vagina. And you wondering why God going to bring death and fire and torment and hell on this earth. That's why. Better get educated on what God wants. Come on, you die.
Acts chapter 7 and verse 51.
Please.
Ye stiff-necked and uncircumcised in heart and ears.
Take your time.
Don't break down the whole Bible.
Slow down. Give us one story. Let me keep me in the house. Go ahead, read
it. Acts chapter 7 and verse 51. Ye stiff-necked and uncircumcised in heart and ears.
You uncircumcised in heart and ears. And back then, if you call somebody uncircumcised, that was like calling them an MF or something worse. Because it was like saying you was not God's chosen people.
That's right.
Yeah.
You are a heathen and you don't even belong here and you the filthiest thing on earth.
That's right.
So for him to say that was getting cursed out. He cursed them out. That's what he did. Go ahead. Y'all jump in anytime. It's a lot.
Sir. Ye do always resist the Holy Spirit.
You can't see 2 years of coronavirus, war breaking out in Russia, violence in all the streets, society breaking down, no jobs, foreclosures in the houses. Kids can't go to school, you dumb. You do always resist the Holy Spirit. You're always resisting the right spirit of the Lord and following the spirit of the daggone heathens, man. When that spirit is coming from the I.S.U.P.K. and it is glorious in the Lord's sight. Like these strong brothers and sisters in this pandemic are glorious in the Lord's sight. You understand? I told Muhammad, I said, man, I don't know if we're going to sell enough rooms, man, with this whole pandemic. We on our 4th hotel.
That's right.
We on the 4th hotel. Everybody, we selling them out. Everybody trying to roll in because they know we telling the truth.
Come.
Better stop listening to this conventional foolishness. Come on, you die. Finish that scripture and we're going on to the next.
As your fathers did, so do ye.
Right. Your forefathers, our forefathers, we resisted what the Lord was showing us. From the day Moses came in and slayed that Egyptian, we were fighting Moses.
Yep.
Fighting him in Egypt, fighting him in the wilderness, fighting him at Moriah, fighting him the whole damn time. Fighting him till he damn near went in the grave. And Joshua had enough of you and just start killing you when you rebelled against him. And you still fought him.
Come.
And we've been fighting and resisting the Most High ever since. Here we are in America, 2022. We still resisting the Lord. You better look somewhere else for God. Because he ain't in your church or your mosque. And he making it obvious to you. Go ahead,
Wakan, verse 52. Which of the prophets have not your fathers persecuted?
Damn. Stephen was on his game, boy.
Come.
Hit them with it. Go ahead,
Wakan. And they have slain them which showed before of the coming of the just one.
See that? You killed the people who was showing you how to get out of hell. Yeah. You killed the brothers who brought you the knowledge on how to get out of hell. You are not to resist what I'm telling you, and you are not to rebel against my word.
That's right.
Because what I'm telling you is to get you out of hell, to bring you out of this madness. What these generals is teaching captains, officers, troopers, sisters, what we are bringing to you is to get you out of this captivity. Instead, you want to go listen to the heathens, man. Daddy, on that you die? A little bit more. Please.
Wakan. And they have slain them which showed before the coming of the just one.
They slayed the brothers who shown the truth about Christ. That's what all them prophets was trying to get us to see. They was all trying to get us to see that you got to obey the Most High so you can get the kingdom. And we rebelled every time, and we took a beating every time. Hello, welcome to America.
Come.
Stop asking your dumb ass self, why we here? Why me? Why this happened? Because you in hell because we broke those laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right,
now,
sir.
Now turn around, man, and let's go back and do what we're supposed to do so we can climb ourselves out of this pit of hell. Go ahead,
Wakan. Of whom ye have been now the betrayers and murderers.
We walking around, I'm a good person. No, you're not. No, you're not. What's good about you when you resist what these scriptures is telling you when the Lord is trying to deliver you up out of here, man?
That's right,
you have now become a betrayer and a murderer of the knowledge of this truth.
That's
and
right,
you better repent for it and turn back to the Lord and start to get in these classes and learn about you and your people.
Right,
instead of trying to save another nation, man. Save yours. Fix yours.
That's right, sir.
Instead of trying to save somebody else.
So if I could have them other nations, they let you have fun. Like that whole video with them women getting butt naked is the same as them twerking and dancing in church. Yeah. It's about that sexual gyration for women. And they know too, they don't watch enough Jake preachers, right? To know that when you appease women, now you get the money in your church. That was to make the women feel good. Like to have them come to get butt naked in the tub made them feel like they something special. They get that sexual gratification. The same with that twerking they got going on in the church all the time with thongs on coming from the club Saturday night. It ain't no difference. So it's the same exact thing they doing. If they don't follow the model that we done laid down in the evilness and wickedness in the church. And they do it because, like the Bible says in Isaiah 29, you give them the book, they don't understand it. The ones that went to school for it, they don't understand it. So now, like you said, so they got to give something else. They got to give them something else to make them feel like they're relevant. And what they do, they appease to the woman to make them feel special and good. But the twerking and now getting butt naked in the church. That's just
insane. Insane. Good.
Okay.
Whatever y'all wrote.
Me, sir. This is just like General was saying, that church twerking. It's called Nigerian girl twerks ridiculous in church. It's ridiculous. So it ain't nothing but,
That's all it is.
That's all it is.
You're right. That's all it is.
Come on, come, Joe.
It is the pit of hell, man.
Come.
The pit of hell. And listen, and people getting tired of appeasing you with this nonsense.
Yeah.
People trying to speak on this now.
Yeah.
No, just last summer they ran up in some church and blazed on the preacher and shut him down. Because now I'm not telling nobody to go do that, but I understand why they doing it because they getting sick of this. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut y'all off.
No. You too out, sir.
Was that it on that? That it on the story? Okay, let's keep it pushing. So just so y'all know, get ready for a whole lot of brutality from them cops in New York.
Yeah.
Because they bringing it all the way back. Go ahead, Al. Yeah, take that. You ready for Jim Jones?
Come. Okay. Rapper Jim Jones says mom taught him to French kiss with her mouth.
You got video of this? Imagine this. Once again, you don't know what these cats going through. That's why I don't listen to nobody that ain't been educated in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. And first of all, wow. I don't even understand something, man. Wow. How can you fix anything without a guide on what needs to be fixed? Like if you've never changed a light bulb, how do you know what light bulb to get? How do you know how the light bulb is supposed to put in when you've never changed a light bulb before? You need a guide at least the first time out. The problem with us is we trying to guide ourselves. It's like talking to the light bulb and saying, go on, get up in the light fixture, man. That's what's going on with us. When the Lord is giving us a guide, but we turn our back on that. We think we know better. And the ones of us that don't know, like your preacher in the church, they just come up with whatever that works for them. Whatever makes you a whore and gets your money out your pocket, that's what they're working with. That's what they're working with. And hopefully you good and dumb and stupid enough to fall for it so they can make themselves rich. That's what they're hoping on. Get educated, man. Get educated. You're going to turn that place into a pimp house for homosexuals, man.
What did your mom tell you about sex when you...
Do you want to play? Yeah, please. Go ahead and jump in with it.
She told me everything about sex. My first condoms, shit like that. My mom taught me how to kiss when I was younger.
What did she tell you to do?
She told me how to.
What did your mom tell you about sex when you were young?
She told me everything about sex.
Like wait, what did your mom tell you about sex when you were young?
She told me everything about sex.
Like wait,
my first condoms, shit like that. My mom taught me how to kiss when I was younger.
What did she tell you to do?
She told me how to tongue kiss when I was younger.
Like what's the instructions?
It wasn't no instructions. She showed me with her mouth. Like
no, go ahead. Brother, did you see the change in his whole character and voice? That's a victim of child molestation.
Yeah.
Go ahead, General. You know this is your fault.
No, I could say what the Commander Johanna is saying is so true. It's give a shout out to one of the officers in I.S.U.P.K, Alabama. Give him a hand. He spoke about this at a camp, and I never heard of it. And I went and looked it up. And I was stunned. You could do a paper on this video. If you want to understand child molestation and what the effect it has on you, his spirit is perfect to understand it. Psychiatrists say that whenever age you are that you enact with a trauma, when you encounter trauma, you freeze emotionally at that age. So if it happened at 6, emotionally, you're 6.
Still stuck.
You'll stay a kid. You'll be 45 years old, but you'll act like a kid on the street corners, playing, getting mischief. Yeah. And when he began to talk about his mother kissing him in the mouth, he became a child there. Yeah. He said, she taught me how to kiss. Start grabbing his hat. My mother kissed me. He became a kid talking about it. And if you wonder why people are 50, still getting high, still running the streets, they're still bad little mischievous kids. Yeah. And they're 37 years old. And they're just bad, mischievous, baseball hat, sneakers, kids who like guns and shooting and getting in trouble and running when the cops come. And he's 37 because he's a child, because someone hurt him. That was it, sir. And if I could just add a little bit to what you said. Was you going to say something, General?
Lie, sir.
If I could just add a little bit to what you're saying, General. And here's my question to you, to the black religious leadership. Who's gonna fix that?
Right.
You?
Right.
Putting women in tubs? Who is, who gonna fix that? I'll tell you, we are.
That's right.
We gonna fix it. And this is what makes me sick. And that's why every soldier should lace his boots up and join me in this I.S.U.P.K.
Yeah.
You think we can't go fix? You think we ain't got brothers who've been through this kind of trauma and similar traumas and all types of traumas?
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to fix that? Who's going to help them with that? You sitting up in church all day, Jesus forgive you, Jesus forgive you. Well, how you gonna fix this molestation this brother or sister has had?
Come.
Selfish pigs. That's how you gonna fix it. You gonna put them in a tub in front of the congregation? That's how you gonna fix it? You have no love for God's people, man.
Yeah.
Right. It is why we continue to suffer like that. And I've been going into them different judges and them different. I see why them brothers was some. I'm not saying I'm going to hurt nobody or nothing, but brother, oh my God, I see why them brothers was so goddamn vicious because they understood what was necessary to fix this nation. I read about Nehemiah and them cats, man, and Baruch and all of them, and Ezra. Like them was some Joshua. There was some vicious ass dudes out. And they was vicious like that, man, because their eyes was open. Once again, the Lord give you the scriptures to open your dumb ass eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And when here, damn right, brother, Most High Christ. And here's the thing. Once your eyes is open, you cannot close them anymore.
Yeah.
And so you see even if you don't want to, you see the nightmare, even if you don't want to see it. And by goodness, who would not want to stop the nightmare? Who would not? And who would not in the black community not want the glorification of fixing brothers and sisters with these problems, man? And you bastards in these religious institutions, I ain't just talking church, Muslim, mosque, all of y'all. You sitting around gathering up and gobbling up the money while never fixing and helping these brothers and sisters, man.
Yeah.
And if you do it, it always got to be filtered through some damn heathen. Some heathen got to get glory, got to be recognized. They got to give their soul to the white man or give their soul to the Arabs or do something that is outside the Lord before they can get a crumb of help from you. And that's why, listen, brother, I see why they was the way they are. I pray the Lord give us the power. I pray he give us untouchable power. Because, brother, we get that power. We're going to fix this nation. Oh, we're going to fix it. And we're going to clean up all, how Muhammad always say, ooh, we. And we'll fix it up. We get it right for you. And it'll be nice. You know what I mean? Some of you going to have to go, though, just for it to get right. Some of you got to leave up the hell up out of here. Some of you better in the smoke than in here. Better than you physically here, just see you in the puff of smoke is better. I leave that part to the Lord. Okay? But we need us to get busy about us, and especially now. Especially now. We in the air. It's obvious. We said 30 years ago, Muhammad Haas, 20 years, 30 years ago, we said the Lord gonna put the hooks in Russia and turn them back. Did we not say that?
Yes, sir.
It's in the scriptures. It's biblical. Nobody said that. They was talking about the two sons was America and Great Britain. Nigga, please. We went into the scriptures, man, and found out exactly what the Lord was saying and brought the prophecy out. And here we are today. They on the border of Ukraine, getting ready to start World War III. Possible. Damn right. You understand? What that happened to this brother out, it gets laughed off. Go back to it, if you could, Murad. Because like Muhammad said, it's laughed off.
Yeah.
It's not taken serious. It's not respected. It's not even looked at as a tragedy or a horror. He's trying to, poor brother.
Yeah, man.
He's trying to big it up like it was a good thing his mother did when he's in hell because of it. And this sister who's the host, I ain't gonna charge her with it. She has no clue the horror that this brother has just finished explaining that he's been through, man. And if you haven't been through it, shut your damn mouth because you have no idea what horror that could be. You understand? I've never been through it, so I don't know what horror that is, but I could imagine. And God damn it, you should try to imagine it.
That's right.
Maybe you should try to imagine what your brothers and sisters have gone through so you can get your head right on fixing them.
Right.
And don't tell me nothing about serving Christ when you're not about fixing what he wants.
Right.
Don't tell me you want to be my wife and make and cook my dinner and you don't cook. The hell you gonna be my wife for? You don't cook, and then you gonna tell me about you gonna cook. You don't know how to cook.
Come.
So go learn how to cook. Go learn how to fix God's people, so we can get something done. You had your hand on. I'm gonna back up off it. Go ahead.
Well, first thing is Angela Lee, the host. She's not a sister. She's Moab, sir. Secondly, is something in this article that Jim Jones said to try to rationalize it, which is heavy. He says, remember, my mom was 17. She's a baby, he said. Look at all the babies that's having babies now, and look at how they act with their babies.
He trying to listen, bro. Come on, Muhammad. Come on. He's saying, don't charge my mother.
Yeah.
Am I lying?
It's rationalization.
Rationalizing. Come on.
He's trying to rationalize what happened to him so that he doesn't have to be. His mother is not a molester, which means he's not a victim, which means he's okay. Because I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim. Please, you die.
If I could.
Wait, before you go, you die. I gotta say something. Muhammad, which part of Princeton did you grow up in?
I learned at the UPK, sir. I learned right here.
Come on now. What classes did you take at Yale?
None.
Like, do you dumbasses out there see what's going on here in front of your goddamn eyes?
Damn right.
Like, God is taking men from the hood. Muhammad grew up there, right up there in Mount Airy, North Philly. They shooting every night. Them niggas like the OK Corral up that motherfucker every night. How's you up there? You from up there too? But the Lord have revamped these brothers. The Lord have repurposed them like you repurpose a piece of furniture or a tool and utilize them to do things that you're not doing in Harvard and Yale for God's chosen people.
Yeah.
You make me sick in these churches. I mean, you are vomit in these churches. You make me sick with your insolence and rebellion against the Lord. That the Lord got to get us to go out into them streets and get brothers broken and destroyed in the hood and get them to not only come serve the Lord, but to fix your ass.
Come.
And listen, and they willing to do it. And that's why the scripture, Christ, that's why Christ said, blessed are that for the poor, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like these brothers and sisters out here that you see with these berets and scarves on and these shields on their neck, they're going to rule the kingdom of heaven. And these stories are going to be told about and written in books and records and movies going to be made about it. And brother, nobody will ever question. People will fear to even speak against them because of the greatness and honor that they will have in Christ's eyes for what they did at a time where it would not be too ridiculous for you to just be selfish. In a time when nobody could be mad, it's all effed up. So nobody could be all that mad if you decide to say, well, look, I'm gonna have to be a little selfish because times is too rough and society's falling apart. I gotta look out for me and mine. In a time when you would normally say that, they did not. And you don't recognize them, I vomit on your church. I vomit on the doorsteps of your church. You're a piece of filth. You should be stopped. And may God rise the UPK up and wipe out the religions of this empire.
You know, John, I was watching him when he said what he said, right? And when he said what he said, I think he had crossed his leg like a cross and had his hand up there. And I seen the back of the lighter. And then when he got a closer picture, I seen either the cigar, cigarette, whatever he was smoking in his other hand. Like he can't even do an interview without smoking. Like, you can't say they have you can't talk to nobody because you're so stressed out, here comes some cigarettes, some smoke because all the damn trauma he'd have been through. And I'm watching him with his body movements. He's trying to be like, okay, cool and manly about it, but you can see the brother's broken.
He has to keep a cigarette or a blunt in his mouth because he always has to stay pacified. He's got to suck it all the time because he's a baby.
And what class you said it was?
Right here, sir, under you. Right here.
I just knew that was a Princeton class. The shame of this kingdom. Go ahead, Oxley.
If I could, sir, like what he went through is definitely what a lot of brothers and sisters go through in our neighborhood. And it also, I don't know if y'all noticed, but he also wound up getting into a gang. He got into a notorious gang, the Blood Gang, set out there in Harlem, New York. You understand? And
like out of Survivor.
Come on.
And once again, I didn't mean to cut you off. Was that it? Most on Christ. And then once again, I asked the $1 million question: who's going to help fix him?
Right.
You understand? Like, who's going to help fix him? Like, don't nobody even think we need to get fixed. Like you said, there's plenty of brothers and sisters that have gone through all types of horrific traumas. Who the hell is going to help them? Well, I got news for you. Christ is. And the brothers that work for Christ, they're going to fix it. They ain't going to run from the job like you did. They're going to go get it done. You understand? That's what they're going to do. And it's going to be amazing. And that's why Christ said something that was so heavy. Christ said this. He said, they shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Yeah.
Because you're going to weep when you realize what you should have done and did not do it. You're going to have gnashing of teeth when you see the glory of the Most High on these brothers and sisters and not on you. Because you had the chance to do it and you thought selfishly like that old piece of garbage who locked up his church during the hurricane in Houston. Then they found $600 million or $600,000 in the goddamn wall in his church. Meanwhile, he locked the church so you couldn't get in. The 600,000 was in the wall, but you couldn't go in there and get out of the damn hurricane rain. Like that's America. That's the churches in this society. Come on, you die. Take me on. Go ahead, real quick. Please. It's in the video. What he's about to bring out. Go ahead, play the video. Or the same brother.
I think your dad might want to. Why don't we read it and then play it? Go ahead. It might be better.
It says, when asked if he thought his French kiss was nasty, he said, with my mom, it didn't faze me. But that was the first time I kissed another girl, so I was pissed off. I didn't know what the F was going on.
Like that's straight up child molestation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? His mother, she's 17, didn't know better. You know what I mean? Lonely. Man done left her, not respecting her. You know what I'm saying? She's in hell. Got this little boy here. You understand? Need comfort, need love. So turn around and start molesting this child, you know, to have her own comfort. Thinking it ain't going to be no harm to him. And once again, without no rules, the ghetto's a mess.
Yes.
And the rules that come from the slave master always seem to contradict sensible humanity.
Right.
Because they're designed to keep you a slave. So you rebel against it, which creates even more problems. When what you need from the gate is the laws, statutes, and commandments that come from the Most High in Christ. You understand? To fix our whole society. And our society only. Let's make that clear too. Not everybody. You ain't trying to fix everybody, because the minute you Negroes talk about you fixing everybody, that means your blacks and Latino brothers never get no help.
Right.
You right away getting to help some heathen instead of who you should be helping. Go ahead. Is that it on that, you die? Let's ride.
Which is why, sir, he trashed women in his videos the way they do. His whole crew, all they did was trash women, talk about him, treat him bad, because he stood mad about what his mom did when he was young. That anger is still there inside of him, but it's why he do what he do. You know what I mean? With them videos and everything, with the women in them videos.
I could imagine. You know what I'm saying? I could imagine. Like, he don't have the first clue at forgiving her.
Yeah.
He don't have the first clue at even understanding why she did it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why he said I was pissed off.
Yeah.
He still doesn't understand why she did it. Yeah. And then he got the lifelong task of trying to defend the woman that he loved, his mom.
Yeah.
He got to defend this child molestation his whole goddamn life. Like, it's just a mess that will never get fixed if you don't have prophets of God to fix it.
That's right.
If you do not have men of God to straighten out your lives based on the rules and regulations that was given to us in the Bible that you laughed at for so many years, come to find out was the most important things you should have been learning. Now you're getting it because God has shut down your churches, man. He shut down your churches so you can finally learn it, man. Go ahead, y'all. Please. General?
Please, come.
Please.
Unless you wanted to play it,
Yeah,
Mariah.
that'll work too.
I think Mariah wanted to play the video.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mariah. Do
Go ahead
your
and
thing.
play, Mariah.
What did your mom tell you about sex when you were young?
She told me everything about sex.
Like what?
My first condoms, shit like that. My mom told me how to kiss when I was younger.
What did she tell you to do?
She told me how to tongue kiss when I was younger.
Like what's the instructions?
It wasn't no instructions. She showed me with her mouth. Like she
kissed you?
It's my mother.
No, I'm just okay. My parents barely kissed me on the cheek.
No,
so
my mom
she
showed me how to.
Like she's dumb like this wall right here. Like she said, she tongue kissing? Like she don't even pick up. He's talking about trauma and she's embarrassing his mother on national television. Like she don't even pick up, I might be embarrassing this cat's mom and he's a victim of child molestation on national TV. She kissed you? What? She kissed you in the mouth? What? I mean, like,
go ahead.
Come on, man. Put something on here. I can. It's gonna drive me crazy.
Go ahead.
Ghetto nonsense.
Steve Harvey adopts Elsa Majimbo.
We got the video on this one, Marah? Because the video, I don't know if he, Steve Harvey like to clip anything we put of him up there. They got it'd be 2 hours after the show go off. Steve Harvey people take that video down immediately because we know they know all the nonsense he puts up. But it'd be nice if you could see the video of how he talks about this Hamite and how shameful it is to all the young black girls that are being disrespected by this. And I'm not saying Steve Harvey never helped young black girls. He did. He helped others and all that. But the glory that he gives to this little heathen is, of course, way more than the right measure and is against the scriptures anyway. It's against the scriptures anyway. If you can get that part, Marah, we'll play that for everybody at home. And once again, this is why that same host that was on that show with that brother just now, this is why the Lord, the Lord made it against the law for us to join with these heathens, because that's what you get. You get a heathen that looks like one of us, that gets among us, and then brings in the ideology of the heathens, man. Nehemiah had it right. He was pissed off that those heathen babies, they weren't heathens, but that these babies who were born by Israelites who had heathen wives was among us, bringing in the ideology of the heathens and the spirit of the heathens and the way of life of the heathens. And he was pissed off with them, and it was right according to God. That's why it's in the Bible.
Yes, sir.
And that's why you don't do that when you can avoid it. Some of you done already did it, fine. We'll work it out. But you not to do that, man. And you can't do that anyway if you love your own. How would look, I'll go marry some heathen when I love my own? Like, what a level of low self-esteem that you got to go get a heathen to make you happy instead of one of your own. Nigga, die alone. Man the hell up. Die alone if you can't have one of your own to build you and your own. Go ahead, Marah. Please. Second, you need a charger?
Yeah,
shit.
No, it's fine. Is there a charger in the back?
Oh yeah, I think it is one against.
Don't sweat. It's that. I'll wait. So look.
I'm gonna adopt you.
Grab the charger out for him, please. Anybody that got a charger for one of these new phones, let them borrow it right quick.
Please continue.
Go ahead. Oh, the sound is
I'm gonna give you my phone number.
Yeah, go back a little bit.
I don't care what
go
you
back
need.
a little bit. Listen to this.
I'm gonna adopt. Now this is what I'm gonna do to you. I'm gonna adopt you as my niece. I'm gonna give you my phone number. I don't care what you.
In my next upload.
Now, this is what I'm going to do to you.
Mariah, is it jam?
I'm going to adopt you as my niece. I'm going to give you my phone number. I don't care what you need.
Like the heathens
if you need
always
anything,
got to receive
you need
love.
a place
Go ahead, Sly.
to go. You need some help. You need some advice. You want to talk to somebody, you call me. I'm serious. And I don't want to let nothing happen to you. Because, you know, it's been one of my main goals is to bridge the gap between Africa and African Americans.
Please pause
If you've
the
never
tape.
been, you have to go.
Do you see the problem here, man? Like he said, I ain't gonna let nothing happen to you. Call me if you need advice, you need this, you need that, because that's one of my goals, to bridge the gap between us and Africa. That is our problem.
Yep.
Like, boy, when are we gonna bridge the gap between us and us? When are we gonna bridge that gap? When are we gonna bridge the gap that has us in poverty, hating each other, on drugs, killing and murdering, turning our backs on each other, marrying the heathens, adopting the heathens? When we going to bridge that gap? Instead, he got to bridge the gap with Africa. Forget all of our suffering as a people, but the bridge with Africa got to be made. Since when, nigga, is you supposed to be the one to make the bridge? Since when are you the one that's supposed to make the bridge? Once again, man, we so love the other nations. Like, that is really, really one of our problems, man. These 12 tribes of Israel, God had to make a law to stop you from loving these other nations, man, because you'll give the kingdom. Christ will bust his ass to build the kingdom, and you fools will give it away to every heathen. Christ will be living in a homeless shelter because you'll give his whole entire kingdom away, because you love the heathen so much more than you love your own. Right. Play it one more time for me, Mariah, if you could, please. Y'all jump in anytime y'all get ready, man.
Come.
And I will see you in my next upload.
Now, this is what I'm going to do to you. I'm going to adopt you as my niece. I'm going to give you my phone number. I don't care what you need. If you need anything, you need a place to go, you need some help, you need some advice, you want to talk to somebody, you call me.
Check.
And I'm serious. And I don't want to let nothing
if she
happen
asks
to you.
and he say no,
Because,
he gonna
you know,
be on
it's
the spot.
been one of my main goals is to bridge the gap between Africa and African Americans. If you've never been, you have to go. But you know what I love most about it? It's the first time in my life in 60-some years that I wake up in the morning and I'm not a minority. It's crazy.
If I can say one thing. Well, first of all, whenever I hear Steve Harvey,
you got an uncle.
It makes me know that I know nothing about people in the world, because I do not understand at all how Steve Harvey is popular among black people.
Right.
Steve Harvey must be the dumbest sounding person I've ever heard talk. And I guess if you go to church, you'll like Steve Harvey, but I don't understand his appeal that he's always got a show, always influential. Everyone listens to him, and he is a bumbling, mush-mouthed idiot.
I'm gonna tell you how.
Please.
You gotta hate black people and Latino.
Oh, that must be it.
Now, you got to hate them so you can be a bumbling. You got to be Uncle Ruckus.
Yeah.
Right. It's like Uncle Ruckus.
Yes.
But popular.
Yes.
Like the Django man.
Yes.
But popular.
Yes.
And if I could, this last part. And I know if you go to church, you might not understand this. Because he's so dumb, he's telling you why he's doing this wonderful act of kindness. He's doing it because she's African. He said it.
Yes.
He said, I'm doing this to bridge the gap between Americans and African Americans and Africans, which would mean he would not have done this for a African American,
right?
For a black person.
Come on.
He's saying he's doing it. It's so wonderful. He wants you to know about it.
Right.
This is why he's doing it, because she's African, which means if your mother sits there and tells the story of the projects, of suffering, of having no food, no light, he will not do that for your mother, which means for the Haitians that are coming over here and living under bridges, for the Mexicans in cages, he will not do that for them, because they're not Africans. Now let me destroy all hope you have in society. Years ago, I went to a rich person's tax attorney, right? This is like 25 years ago. And this cat is trying to run down to me all the things you can do to lower your tax bracket. Like all the hustles and games and a ton of mess with minor league baseball teams he brought up, sir. How if you invest in this, they want minor league baseball teams. So you invest in minor league baseball teams and you can lower your tax bracket so the government doesn't take half your money. And this is what he said that day. He said, if you can donate anything to Africa, the government lowers the tax bracket of rich people. Meaning, so if you're on the top taxable percent, they'll lower you down to where you will pay zero taxes, which is all kinds of things, which is what eBay knows. And all of those big companies, which is why they pay nothing in taxes, because there's all kinds of tricks that tax attorneys know about. And one of them is donating to Africa, which is why every rich person is going to do something for Africa, because then Oprah will be taxed as if she only has $10 million. Exactly. It'll be like they'll treat her income like it's 10 million when it's $1 billion. Exactly. They'll tax her as if she only has $10 million. And that's what the schools are about in Africa. That's what that's what all of them are doing it for. It's not because they love Africa. Steve Harvey doesn't give a damn about Africa or anyone at all that doesn't fill his stinking face with pork. He cares about nothing else. But Africans, if you give money to Africans, you get the money right back. That's the point. You're getting the cash right back if you give money to Africans. And that's why every rich person falls in love with Africa. You don't get the money back, though, for Haiti. You give Haiti money, you eating that cost. You give the Mexicans money, you eating that cost. You give North Philly money, you eating that money. You get nothing for that. You're just giving that cash up.
You help your own.
There's very little benefit in it. But Africa, my God, that's where you can really dump some money, and the government will treat you like you don't have any money, and you'll get to keep your money. So lucky, sir.
Right. I mean, it's just, the water. I will live another day.
Come on.
With this madness.
Come on.
Go ahead, gentlemen.
No, I'm sorry. No, you go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Is this a popular story, sir? Is this all over the
internet?
Now you see how he's saying he's gonna adopt her, right? And he's gonna take care of her. Here's my phone number. But like how you said, Hyman, them brothers and sisters in Haiti, didn't nobody come to their rescue? Didn't nobody say nothing about going to help them down at the border? But you know who did? We did, the I.S.U.P.K. And it wasn't pushed all over social media here in this land called America, but they'll push him. They'll push him and not push us. Because they know something that we know as well, that what we did was about our people. They want to try to quiet us down and push that helping other nations and try to bring us together when we're not together.
Can I back you up, General Hazayan?
Yes,
please?
sir.
On another hypocrisy of dumbass, of stupid Steve Harvey. He just said, do you think this is the first sad story that Steve Harvey has ever heard? Do you know how many nieces he could have?
Yeah.
Can you imagine the amount of sad stories that Steve Harvey has heard in his life, being ultra rich and being black? He could have 2,000 nieces.
Yeah.
This is the niece. This is the one. Let me help you out with something else. He said, I love going to Africa because it's the first time in my life. Not that there's anything wrong with talking like that. But it's the first time in my life that I'm not a minority. How's you from Southwest Philly? Were you a minority there?
No.
I think everybody looked just like you.
Yeah, come on.
In North Philly, everybody looked just like me. In the Bronx. Were you a minority in Castle Hill, never ran, never will?
Hell no.
I didn't think you were.
I look like everybody that was there.
I look like half of them was either your cousin or looked just like you. So I would imagine from whatever town Steve Harvey is from, They all look like him. All of them look like him. He has to go to Africa to not be in the minority. He's a stinking pig. He is a shrimp-eating, pork-eating pig.
Damn
and
right,
he
Joe.
is dumb.
Damn right,
and he
Joe.
would never give a
Damn
penny
right.
to a dying man unless he got back 5 pennies.
That's yep. Yep.
Salaki.
If I may, sir, I wonder what his real nieces got to say about that.
Let's see.
I can imagine what
I'm
his
sure
real
nothing
nieces
bad
did.
ever happens to him. I'm sure. I heard he had a daughter that's quite a whore. Is he the right one?
Kind of
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he has a daughter that could
Yeah.
use a dad.
Yeah.
I think he has a daughter that could use a father. But she's not African, so.
Yeah.
So, oh well.
Yeah.
Moving
Yeah.
on.
Can't get no love out of that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Whew. Where we going, you dad? Come on with it.
And if I may, sir, I said, like, I got a lot of sisters. Something in me just said, it looked like she wanted to say no. Like, she did this little hand gesture, like, oh, that's so nice, but I really don't give a damn. If you want to die, but I don't know. That could be, that's speculation. So, like,
go ahead, you dad.
If I could, sir. She had that to back up Officer Mirage. She had that look like, where's the money?
All right, well, hand it over.
She was gonna get it. She was
Where's
gonna
that?
call- Right. She was gonna call him out.
All right, go ahead.
See, what did Eddie Murphy say? I will have. What are you gonna say then?
Right.
Anything you need.
I will have.
What you gonna do there? Yadai, give me that story of the basketball players that went over to China. Marab, please give me some video that was called Niger. Let's get some video footage on why he ain't adopting these brothers and why there isn't outrage across the United States over this. Why isn't threats of shutting down the UN going on? I'll tell you why. Because nobody cares that this happened with this brother right here. Let's get the video. You got video, Marah? Because that video is amazing. They could barely say the word, but they working it out. A nigga. They working it out. Go ahead.
Khan. Video shows basketball fans in China yelling racial slurs at ex-NBA player Sonny Wims.
Go ahead. Give me a little more because he talks about why he went over there.
Khan. A video captured fans yelling racial slurs at Sonny Wims, a 35-year-old ex-NBA player who now plays for the Guangdong Southern Tigers. And a clip that has since gone viral. Wims can be seen getting off the team bus with fans shouting the N-word and other vulgarities. The incident happened last Thursday following a game between the Southern Tigers and the Liaoning Flying Leopards. During the game, Wims and Chinese player Han Dijon got into an altercation that resulted in both of them getting ejected from the game.
So he got in an altercation with some Chinese man on the court. They both got put out the game. Roll that footage of what they did, Marah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, snap. This footage was if you got the right one, this one is incredible.
And sir, okay, and it wasn't even like I thought maybe it was a cultural thing, like they listen to rap,
right?
Nah.
But no, they're angry over the basketball game.
They're angry that the Chinese man got ejected.
Yeah, so they straight up
Even though
using
he
it,
got ejected too.
but they angry because they supporting the Chinese man.
Exactly.
And they using that racial slur in right context and everything.
Like they ain't hiding how they feel. And you telling us we supposed to love all the other nations. And they straight up play it again, Barack. They straight up, go ahead, you die. Y'all jumped in on this. Come on. I ain't talking to no bubble now.
This is the straight fault of the Christian church and that MLK garbage when they tell you to go ahead and try to fit in with everybody and be above everybody and not be with your own. He over there playing ball, not playing ball in the hood because he think it's better over there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He feel like he's a little bit more special over there. And they going to tell you exactly who you are. And you can't escape who you are according to the Lord. It don't matter if you got money or if you're poor. If you ain't doing the Lord, they do. The Lord going to bring these nations against you like he said in Deuteronomy 28. Right there with Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28 right there, 15 on down. He over there playing ball, thinking he getting money, and they still treat him like they would back here in the hood. The same thing. No matter where you go, you part of these 12 tribes, man, and you ain't doing right with the Lord, you are going to suffer these curses. That was it right there, Jim.
And the white man spent plenty of money teaching the Orientals about the model minority, brainwashing them to make sure they go to Harvard and Yale and get good educations while trashing and degrading us. That brother to get in that NBA had to struggle probably from the ghetto up to learn how to play that ball and get out there and become successful just to get on a bus. And you know how that must feel. You in China, in a whole nother country with a whole nother bunch of people. You on the bus and they just sitting up there calling you a nigga 1,000 times in one day. That'll make you never want to. And he got to live there. He got to live there and play ball there.
Yeah.
After these nigga comments.
Yeah.
Like you telling us we got to love all nations on earth. And once again, you ain't hear nothing from the U.S.
Nope.
If that had happened over here, if some Chinese man came over here and black people got up and said, you stinking nip, you goddamn gook, you faux chicken wings and fried rice bastard going back to China. It would have been all over the news. It would have been an international incident. It would have been apologies and sorries and giving gold keys to the city and all that. This happened to him, done. Nobody gives a damn. And if I could, Salaki, and the Chinese fans are known for being disciplined. Like they don't erupt in them stadiums and go off in them stadiums. They known for being disciplined. But in this case,
there you go.
Yeah, this is almost part of sports because, of course, this is not the first time this has happened. This mainly happens in America.
Yeah,
like this happened to Bill Russell over there in Boston, where almost every Boston athlete has to go to Boston and virtually change his name to nigger because he's getting called nigger every day, all the time, every minute. This happens in soccer for the Brazilian brothers. Lord forbid they don't score that goal because then they're going to throw bananas on the pitch and call them niggers every day, all the time. This is like part of sports. Loving the fact that black people are superior athletes and hating the fact that you need them. Hating the fact that you have to watch them play and that they're better than your people. And so you get to demean them and call them nigger and hate them. And of course, because we're so poor, we're always going to show up for work the next day.
Yeah. It's not even going to be an issue. Go ahead, Murad. Yeah,
so, like, sir, if I may, I just want to bring out some of the comments in the comments section. One, they were saying, what happened to the Stop Asian Hate? He's saying stop Asian hate, stop Asian hate, stop Asian hate, right?
Yeah. How could we give it up? And if I could, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead,
comment. But big shout out to Kahan Yard. If you haven't seen it on the same channel, blackwatch.news, go check out the Saturday show. Them brothers got it in Saturday night on this same channel. They got it on. They went all into this story and broke it down. Big shout out again to Kahan Yard, Nayathop, Mashak Mayan, Ashaparium, Maral was there. I mean, they tore shop up. That show is on the same channel. It was Saturday. Go check that out because it's on the same thing, and they went in on it. So, Salaki, I didn't want to run with it. Somebody else was speaking before I jump in?
Yeah, could I say something?
Please jump in.
Listen, I remember I used to, in the world, and I used to go down to Chinatown in Philly, and I used to study there at Hung Gar Kung Fu. And I was like getting real heavy into it, studying and everything, right? So I forgot what day it was in the week. We would go to lunch after class, after training, right? And we would go with the teacher. We go to the restaurant, particular restaurant. Only one restaurant we went to all the time. There was no other ones, but just one. And it was always this blackened chicken I liked, right? And when I would go with him, I would get the right chicken. So one day I went without him. And I was like, And I seen the guy I knew. I said, hey, how you doing? He just gave me this blank stare. Before he talking to me, I'm like, oh, wrong with him? All right. I said, can I get that black and chicken? And I got it, left and went home, and it was trash. It was like, it wasn't a regular black and chicken we got. And I was like, yo, this ain't what we, okay. So I went to class, and I told the T, I said, listen, you know, I went to that same restaurant, and I asked for the black and chicken. He gave me some other stuff. He said, okay, hold on.
I know what
he went in the back, and he wrote a note in Mandarin. No, was it Mandarin? No, it was Cantonese, one of the two. I never learned it, but I just know one of the two. And he gave me the letter, right?
Barack Wana said it might have been Black and Dog.
Sorry.
Like, this tastes funny. This tastes the same.
Barack Wana.
She right, Dylan, she right. So he said, all right, he said, don't worry about it. Just give him this here. I never asked him what he wrote. So I went again. I said, hey, how you doing? I get some of that black and chicken. I got a note from XYZ, whoever the cat was. He said, here you go. He looked at the note. He looked at me, and he frowned in his face, gave me back the paper, and came back with the right thing. But the look on his face was like priceless, because he looked at me like almost he wanted to say, you mother something. But he gave me the right chicken, but then I went home, I was pissed. I said, you know what? I don't ever want to eat black and chicken again in my damn life. No more black and chicken, no more nothing. I don't want to eat it no more. Because it was just ridiculous.
That was the lesson.
That was the lesson. And it let me know that no matter how you try to integrate into their society, their culture, they still treat you like you an outsider and you are less than to them. Always.
And you never get fully accepted.
Never.
And listen, why would they? There's no benefit for them.
Never.
And why would we integrate them with us? It's no benefit for us.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Can I say one more thing? I know. I used to talk with that cat. He used to talk. And he said, well, and everybody was trying to position themselves to take over his school with his name. Came from Hong Kong. He had some authority from Hong Kong and, came from certain fighting lineage or whatever they did over there. And everybody was trying to position themselves to take the school with his name. He told me, he said, man, when I die, ain't going to be no more so-and-so school. He said, when I quit, no more. He said, not even my son is going to be able to take the school name because he ain't full Chinese. And listen, you have brothers lining up,
trying to get in the position.
Yes.
To carry it on.
Yes. And I said to myself, like, wow. Like, are you kidding me? And then it was like, okay. And I never understood how he would show you these different forms, you would learn them, but he didn't show you the application on how to fight with. He just said, keep training. I'm like, dang, why not? You know what I mean? And then I found out somebody came from Hong Kong and said, listen, if you're going to teach these blacks, you teach them, but you don't show them how to fight with what we learned, what we got. And when they told me this here, I said, wow, it's the truth, because he never did. He always told me, just train. Keep training. He never told me what it was for. He said, just keep training. He said, if you'll get it, just keep training. He never told you how to really fight with it.
I tell you what I told Muhammad. Muhammad come to me one day. We sitting out front of his house. He come to me one day. He said, yeah, we got a lot of work to do. I want to learn. He was young. He about 22, 23. He said, I want to go in there. I want to learn the martial arts and all that. I said, oh, okay. I said, we the men of the Most High, right? He said, yeah, but I want to learn this more. I said, so we ain't gonna really learn from no heathen. He was young, he didn't know, man. Yeah, I know, but I want to go. I said, okay, go on down there. Yeah, see what they got. He went out there and beat up the instructor. He came back. He came back to me confused, like. I said, did you hurt him? A little. The Most High was with you, not him, right? Yeah. He did that about 3 times. So I just said, listen, man, the Lord gonna teach you. You got to stop doing this. Yeah. The Lord gonna teach you. He came up off it, and here we are.
Gen.YAHANNA told me this one. I remember this day. I felt extra stupid. I remember feeling like, why am I? One time I went down there. This was in Brooklyn. I went to some old real, Japanese. He had a movie stars on the wall. He training them. And so he asked me, he want to see what I got. The same thing all the time. And so we had a bag, and he wanted me to hit the bag. And he's holding the bag. And I said, pop! And he passed gas. Loud.
He knocked the fart out of it.
And he was in back. He said, I can't believe this just happened.
Right.
I can't believe that. And I'm sitting there like, no sweater. You know what I'm saying? And I thought to myself, he said don't come. But he told me not to come. I was across the street from the place in the park training. He said, do not go in there. I said, I just want to learn. He said, all right. And the cat, I said, that was the last one.
The cat farted in the damn school. Like, once again, the Lord is with us.
Yeah, right.
And we go into our records, we'll get ours back.
Yeah.
We don't have to go to no heathen for no martial law. We did that because we was young in the 70s and 80s trying to find out. Well, you don't need to go to them.
Yep.
Like I tell that brothers all the time, go on YouTube, look up the first K1 tournament. That was the beginning of tournaments between America and Japanese, Japanese, right? Mm-hmm. We were the ones that fought the first K, not the white boys.
That's right.
Now they got the mixed martial arts and the steroids and all of that for them to fight. We were the ones that fought all that in the beginning. You couldn't get no white boy to go fight no Japanese. They looked at them like they was on some spiritual level. Brothers went over there out whooping their ass like they was a nigga in the street. And it was on. That's us. Like, stop trying to find a goddamn heathen to solidify and to justify you. You understand? The Lord is with you. You are the chosen of the Most High in Christ.
Right, sir.
You understand? And once again, they made your book like a joke when your book was the one that had all the breakdown of how you supposed to come back. I'm going to do some shout outs, and then Yediah, please get me the story of which is the one I wanted, the one on Mashak's list. Oh, with the heathen in the podcast, number 7. You got it? Okay, I'm coming back with it. I first want to give out some shout outs. Big shout out to Bobby Fagan. Bobby Fagan, you all the way from where? You all the way from one of them deep south spots. Big shout out to Officer Mata Bar holding it down, Louisiana. Big shout out to y'all. They just got their new school down in Louisiana. Congratulations again to them. Itis Awan, you understand? He said we the best fighters on earth. Damn right.
Damn right.
Like we carry a prowess of martial arts excellence, man.
Yeah, man.
Wait till you get all them tribes up in there, man. Them Cubans can fight their ass off out. You ever see them in action? Forget about the Puerto Ricans. The Puerto Ricans held down the whole other half of the kingdom. They know how to fight. I was up there with them Ricans. They'll stick your ass in a second. They was bad as shit. You understand? You didn't play with them with a switchblade. They was masters at it. 6-inch blade,
they outlawed them because
they outlawed them because of the Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
They would snap a switchblade on you. I can chop you up, brother, like, you know, like what's Szechuan chicken? Szechuan chicken on your ass. Okay, the Issacharites, Fort Esau, up against them. You understand? All the tribes, man, and the tribe of Judah. He don't need to go to nobody. Go to somebody for what? For what? You got it all built inside you. Go get them scriptures and get that right. And listen, and the heathens had to create a whole persona about themselves, like they was humble and monks, but they had all this deadly ability, kung fu, and you know, like they were so calm and disciplined. All that was BS in Hollywood and TV. They just a bunch of stinking heathens that got glorified for martial arts when they was no different than any other lustful damn heathen. We're the ones that have to constantly be humble, even though we have the greatest ability. That's why we excel in every sport.
Yes, sir.
In every sport.
Yes, sir.
Why the hell you think we excel? It ain't no mistake.
Yes, sir.
Because Lord knows they got all the odds against us. How the hell we still excelling? You understand? We excelling because it's built in us, the 12 lost tribes of the children of Israel. We are such an amazing people, man. We are so goddamn amazing. And we give it all to the heathen. It just, you know what I mean? I don't know how much longer I can last with it because it just drives me out of my goddamn mind. You understand? Let me do the shout outs real quick. Y'all was going to come in. Give me 1 second. Big shout out to Lynn Trader. Yatazak Bun Lawyer. What's up, Yatazak? Yatazak. Tazo War Bunyumyum. Big shout out to you, of course. D. Carisi. I can't read the comments, y'all. Themba 76. Did I get that right, Themba? Officer Ita Zawan holding it down with Mata Bar. Big shout out to you. West Philly for life, 1992. My people holding us down for years up in there. Officer Imawan. John Johnson, another one holding us down for a good long time in this truth. Sherry Dawkins holding us down. Bell, you up in the building. Look no further. BJJ holding it down. Dorcas Yasai, big shout out to you, Dorcas. Big shout out to Tazo Wall holding us down again. Adolphus Last, big shout out to you. Coco Puffy Head, my girl, Midwest. What's up, baby girl? Hebrew Jake 12, big shout out to you. Sharawa Nah, my daughter in Christ. Big shout out to you and your husband. Mighty power couple in this truth. Beautiful garments and work she doing. Check her out for the Passover. John Johnson in the building. I'm a Wabath Yahawah. Big shout out to you. Remember the Kentucky 8, she said, y'all.
Right.
They held it down, brother, through the whole COVID. You understand? Again, Mata Bar, Bobby Fagan again. Just Art in Paint. What's up, big girl? Holding it down. Hebrew Jake 12 holding us down. I think that's about it for now. Did I miss anybody? I think I got mostly everybody up in the building, man. Doing it, ISUPK.com. Hey, listen, I'm going to tell you one more time. We working on the I.S.U.P.K bingo. Y'all gonna come check us out. Big shout out to General Shalimar, General Kobalamov, Officer Itazar in New York. Is Itazar doing it? Who's doing it in New York? Ashar is doing it in New York. Big shout out to Ashar Kapan in New York. They're gonna rock off the bingo. They're gonna try to get it done this week. That's gonna be beautiful, man. Keep up the spirit. Passover, you know we getting ready to get it off. Everybody is coming in. Fish fries, baby parties, black parties, renewing our vows to the Most High. Passover, unleavened bread. General Muhammad's class, as usual.
Petting zoo.
Horse riding.
Popcorn.
Hot popcorn, cotton candy. Going to the beach. I think we're going to the beach. I'm going on the beach. I'm going to be wearing my linen on the beach. Y'all better not say nothing. Okay? We're going to be getting it in. Brotherhood, top of the agenda. Sisterhood, top of the agenda. Bringing in our wonderful babies, top of the agenda. They holding us down too. Our babies encourage us, man, to do more work. You understand? They encourage us, man. They coming up as beautiful, wonderful children, encouraging us, man, to do more and to do right and to get right. You understand? Our nation, I.S.U.P.K. Y'all know what it is. I ain't got to go no further. Let's rock the second half out. Yadiah, please take me to the video of the podcast with this heathen. 9 minutes, 30 seconds. I'm going to try to get through it. I can't promise I'm going to get through this video, but I will try to get through this video with this damn heathen. Okay? Let's get it on. No, I'm sorry. The sister. I was just asking for the sister. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry, bro. No, sir. Big shout out to General Ma'ala, also pushing the fishing trip. They're gonna be out there in Cocoa Beach doing the fishing trip. You understand? Getting it on. Once again, we only need us.
Yes,
we only need us to fix us.
Yes, sir.
You understand? You keep looking for these heathens and you making a mistake.
Yes, sir.
In the worst time that you can make a mistake. In the worst time you can make a mistake. Every time we aligned ourselves with the heathens, we destroyed ourselves. Because it always looks better to work it out with the heathens. When you got to serve the Most High to work it out, man. I can't say it enough time, but you'll see it in time.
Yeah.
All right, I'm off of it. Where are we going? You got me? Pull up the video. 9 minutes, about 20 seconds. All right. 9 minutes, somewhere around 20 seconds. And I want to break this damn podcast down because this is a podcast. This podcast is very popular. Okay.
So that's why we see like all the
popular and very known. Now it's two Jakes in here and a heathen. I ain't even gonna tell you who the heathen is because I know you're gonna know. But you need to hear what they say in here. And more importantly, I need you to look at the brothers while the heathen is talking about us and our life. It just had my blood boiling. Let's get it on. Because the reason it had my blood boiling is because this is our problem. What's coming out of this heathen's mouth is what comes out of the church's mouth. And it is what is destroying us as a people. And let me tell you something, man. If you could wake up tomorrow, when you go to bed tonight, everybody that hear my voice, when you go to bed tonight, you ask the Lord to give you a triple portion of love for your people. Yes, ask the Most High to just put it in you to love your people, because you need it bad, because our love for these heathens is damn near in our DNA and in our training. It's damn near twofold, right or wrong, it's damn near twofold. Pray to the Most High to love yours more, triple time, and let's move in the right direction. Okay, I'm off of it. Let's do it.
Food, can't even drink clean water, and over here, oh my God, I'm being systematically oppressed. Shut the fuck up and stop crying and count your blessings instead of the blessings you don't have. And we have a victim mindset here in the West in general.
By the way, you're mentioning something that when talking with Fresh, and again, you know, when this whole thing happened, you know, in the media sphere, a lot of people who
sorry for the rant, by the way, but
no, great. I love rants. Yo, but you guys probably saw a lot of different podcast hosts. They all put up statements, or they pretty much like disavowed you guys, right? And I had personal conversations with a bunch of them, like on the phone, like kind of like, you know, trying to bridge the gap a little bit. And one thing I noticed, and to really talk about, like, you know, as you said, the victim mindset, right?
Yeah.
I'm a first generation American, right? So I was born in Jamaica.
Same.
You are too.
I was born in the United States, but yeah, my parents first generation.
Yeah, okay. So like your parents, what you saw in the household was probably more powerful than what you saw in your community.
Facts.
Because you saw them come over here, and it's called I think it's called the bootstrap theory, which basically you pull yourself.
The West in general, people are fucking pussies. I've been in third world countries that are poor. Yo, we got clean. So after 9/11, everyone will call me Saddam. And then when I went to a grocery store, everyone. Men can have standards, women can have standards. And if a dude wants to put his foot down and say, I don't like a certain thing, he should be able to do so. Like when the person sent the super chat and we were just making a joke on some other YouTubers. So we're having a good time chopping the shit. In the West in general, people are fucking pussies. I've been in third world countries that are poor. Yo, we got clean running water. We have electricity. We got these fantastic cameras around us, whatever. I don't give a fuck about what some idiot on internet says about Arabs or blacks. Because guess what? We live in a first world country. There's people that can't even get fucking food, can't even drink clean water. And they're over here, oh my God, I'm being systematically oppressed. Shut the fuck up and stop crying and count your blessings instead of the blessings you don't have. And we have a victim mindset here in the West in general.
By the way, you're mentioning something that.
Come on. Did you hear that? First of all, that cat that's talking is a Sudanese by way of Yemen. He's a fucking heathen. And that piece of garbage is sitting there telling us we should stop complaining. Cops killing us in the streets. We've been in poverty 400 years. That piece of shit came over here and is making money on a black podcast trashing black people, but telling us we need to stop complaining. Why the fuck you don't, excuse my French, why the hell you don't go back to goddamn Yemen and make America, make Yemen great? Why don't you go back to Sudan and free all the slaves them Sudanese got down there? All them little African women and them kidnapped kids that they got in slavery in the Sudan. Why don't you fix that? Instead, you come to America, get on a podcast with black people, trash black people, and get paid off of black people, and then act like black people got to get their shit together when you made money off us. Once again, we don't have a sense of us. And here's the thing. Here's the thing that just traumatizes me. That this fool made his money off of us and is not one of us. And yet, quietly, we listen to his diatribe. Did you hear them brothers even mention anything? They was quiet like two goddamn church mouses about what he was saying. Go ahead.
If I could, sir, like I've been watching their content for like a couple months, right? To see what they talking about. Their main thing is, you know, the opposite sex, you know, the battle.
Yeah, but they trashing black women. And this is a heathen. Like this heathen is leading the charge to trash our women. Like he got to say on how our women is supposed to act. And then listen, okay, if Marah goes back a little bit earlier, he says black women, when black women go get a white man, nobody says nothing. But when black men go get a white girl or another nation, then all of a sudden it's a big complaint by black women. The black women should complain if you go out and get with a goddamn heathen. They got a right to complain. We dying in the streets. You dying in prison cells. You being made homosexual in them prison cells. You being molested. You being murdered in the street. She got a right to complain and say, black man, come get black women instead of the other damn heathen. But this heathen act like, what the hell you complaining about? And I wanted to bring it out because you got to see the spirit on these Negroes as this heathen does all this talking. I'm going to go to the second one, but give me more on this one if you could, Mariah. Oh, you was going to say something, Salak? Yeah.
Real quick, sir, to even add to the madness, right? This heathen also online numerous times said nigga. They allow him to say nigga. That brother is a Benjamite that he's on the show with. Allows him to say nigga.
Like a bunch of weak ass brothers let a heathen tell them how a Negro is supposed to act. And Marat, is the part in there where he say about just play it. Just play a little bit if you don't mind. You was gonna say something?
No. I rewinded it back, sir.
Let's just play a little because I want to catch the part where he say pull up your pants. He's some filthy heathen from Sudan somewhere. Or yeah, he's from Yemen, but his family's from Sudan. There's over here, they got a huge podcast telling us how the hell we supposed to act. And it just makes me sick. Go ahead, Haas.
That brown face and that chocolate bar, like how you said before. We eat up like it's a Snickers candy bar. That's what's going on, you know.
And he talking about I'm black too. I can have a lot to complain about because I'm black and I'm Muslim and I'm this. You a goddamn heathen just got here and telling us about us. If I could, wicked men from Sodom and Gomorrah, they had that part right. They said, is this sojourner going to come here and tell us how we going to be? They wanted to be Sodomites. They was telling a lot. You just got here. You ain't going to tell us how to be damn Sodomites. Now, they was wicked as hell. But that part they had right because it was their country. That's why the Lord burnt the damn thing up.
Yeah.
The hell is heathen going to tell us how the hell we supposed to be?
Yeah.
Chastise us. But I want to get the part where he talk about pull up your pants, get your money right, all this. When you got your money right off of our backs.
Yeah, Jim.
You didn't come over here and get your money right working in some business with Esau. You did it off of us.
Yeah.
You had an upbringing by parents who did not have 400 years of slavery prior to this. Murad, give me some more. Go ahead. You was going to say something?
Yeah, you know.
Hey, Murad, get me that video after this if you could.
This cat made a comment about traveling to third world countries, right?
Yes.
And made a comment how, you know, it's bad over there, but ain't bad over here. Yo, you's a freaking liar. I don't want to say that from where, but you lie. I've been in third world countries. And the same thing I seen over there, I see in the Bronx. I see in North Philadelphia. I see in Detroit. I see in Chicago. And then you talking about dirty water. Flint, Michigan got pesticide in water that's poisonous. They can't even drink for a very long time. Like, what you talking about, man?
Yes.
Like, really, the problem is these cats out here with no spines that these heathens talk that trash. Y'all better watch your mouth, man.
Come on.
Like, you talking about the children of Israel, and you ain't one of us. You ain't black. You ain't heathen because you got brown skin. A lot of countries have brown skin. Heck, it's brown skin Chinese people. That don't make them black people. You ain't one of us, man. And listen, it's the issue. Because these men out here, or so-called brothers out here, or so-called men, don't have the spine to stand up strong for our people and think that somebody can just say what they want to say, and they doing, you know what they doing, you know? Because they're getting paid.
And
they getting money.
They so
Cut on one cut.
Like, all you got to do is trash black people, and niggas go. And we like a trained monkey. That the minute some other heathen come along and start trashing blacks and Latinos, it's like we got to accept them trashing us because it's like we wrong. That's why I said earlier, wear your goddamn pants hanging off your. I know that's not what we supposed to do, but goddamn it, don't let a heathen have to try to tell us how the hell we. Listen, the Chinese restaurant, they don't even speak English. Ain't nobody telling them learn English, learn how to dress like American style. None of that. Go to church. Ain't nobody telling them that. So how the hell you gonna tell us how the hell we gotta act in our suffering? I just can't even take it. Mariah, please play the thing. Oh, you gonna say something, General?
If I could,
Please.
just one part. And of course, just so you know who might understand why he believes that black people should not complain, black people should not have what they call all over the internet a victim mentality.
He says it.
He just said it just now. I heard him. He said they have a victim mentality, meaning we should never talk about what white people have done to us. Yes. We should never discuss what they've done because that's a victim mentality. You know who thinks just like that? Jim Jones. That's Jim Jones. That's rationalization.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Is Jim, when your mother or your priest or your football coach or your father or someone who you love sexually abuses you, you cannot talk about it like it was sexual abuse. Because then if you are a victim of sexual abuse, then this person that you idolized, you can't idolize them anymore.
Yeah.
And people who talk about, we shouldn't act like victims, we shouldn't talk about white people, those are people who love white people like Jim Jones loves his mom. They love white people on a level that you can't quite understand. And they love them so much that they can never talk about slavery. They can never talk about the cops killing black people. They can't because if I'm a victim, then he is not God.
Yes.
He's not Jesus. No, I'm not a victim. Nothing bad happened to me. So then now my God didn't hurt me. Now I can rationalize this and just pick myself up and forget about slavery. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about being molested. Don't talk about slavery. It's the exact same thing. A child molester does not want you to tell anyone that he molested you.
Yes.
But they all say that. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. And now black people, heathens, Africans, and white people are telling you don't talk about slavery. Don't talk about it. Don't bring it up. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. Tell everybody.
Damn right, General.
Tell everyone about what this molester has done. Warn everybody about that child molester. Warn them and tell everybody about slavery. Tell everybody about oppression. Tell everybody about what has been done to blacks and Hispanics here that we have fought through with diligence.
Yes.
But it was done by a criminal.
Yes. Don't you dare be a heathen. Come to America, get rich off of us, and chastise us about how we are supposed to be when dealing with this slave master when you didn't do the 400 years. Your daddy and mommy didn't do the 400 years. You didn't suffer the oppression we suffered. You didn't suffer the psychological warfare. How dare you come and how dare you church niggas let a heathen come and tell us how we supposed to be. Let me read this. All right. And then Mariah, you got to play all. We're going to play the footage. Here's what's in the news lately. There are a number of forms of violence that women in Yemen are exposed to. Oh, black women need to stop complaining. You goddamn heathen. Black women got to stop complaining about wanting black men to be with them. Here's what they said. There are a number of forms of violence that women in Yemen are exposed to. And these include physical and psychological abuse from family members. Getting Christian on you. Forced marriages. Sexual harassment, forced pregnancy, rape, polygamy, health services deprivation, and female genital mutilation and cutting.
How are you getting to that?
Yeah.
I know about this.
Yeah.
You know about this.
Yeah.
They cuts a coochie out.
Shalom.
Yeah.
And you gonna tell me this heathen gonna be able to tell us how we supposed to? Mariah, please play the video for me, because I'm gonna lose my mind. Go back to about 9:15 or something. Play this cat, and then we're gonna go to the minute marker 138, please, because this is driving me crazy. Play it. And this is, like I said, They like number one in the country or some shit like that. It's
Huh?
a real well-known podcast. Real well-known. Go ahead.
I don't have a victim mindset because I could say I'm a victim of Islamophobia. I'm a victim of people being racist, me being black. But I'm not going to sit there and use that as a cop-out because the world doesn't fucking owe me understand. You can change their opinion of you once they meet you. So here's the thing. Instead of people crying about stereotypes, prove the fucking stereotype wrong. Like when the person said the super after 9/11, everyone will call me Saddam. And then when I go into a grocery store, everyone thinks I'm going to steal because I'm black. I can sit there and take the victim mindset too. But you know what? The world doesn't fucking owe you understanding. People are going to be racist. People are going to be biased. They're not going to sit there and get to know Sudan. I speak Arabic. I'm black and I'm Arab. So I can literally sit there, oh my God, I was just a victim mindset in the black community. Like, we can't take jokes. We can sit there and call white people all these derogatory terms. We can make fun of hat. No one bats an eye. It's only when you make fun of, unfortunately, and I could, like when the person said the super chat and we were just making a joke on some other YouTubers. Yeah. So we're having a good time chopping the shit. And then they say, hey, are you using a dating app black? And we're like, no, haha. But if you want LaQuisha and Shaquanda, go ahead and go over there. And they took it out of context, making it sound like we're.
So he was making a joke about dating black women. And somebody said something and he called them Shaquita and Shaquanda, meaning they was a bunch of ghetto rats for saying something about him getting with heathens. So he trashed them. But the black women got upset and came back at his neck like, how the hell you gonna come at our neck and make us out like we Shaquita and Shaquanda when we was when we got a right to say something about black men dating these other women? Here's this bastard's response. And please watch the brothers in the podcast. Watch these Negroes act like puppy dogs. Play it, Morale.
We're here to demonize black women or whatever, but tune in the next day. I'm wearing a fucking Mexican sombrero hat, making jokes, wearing an Asian hat. No one bats an eye. It's only when you make fun of, unfortunately, and I'm black. Like, we have a victim mindset in the black community. Like, we can't take jokes. We can sit there and call.
Because he's about to say only when you make fun of black people because he knows he's not black. He knows he's not black. Yep. And he was about to just flat out say it, and he stopped himself because I'm black. See, because he's racist.
Yes,
like this he hates black people. Yep. He is an African racist against black people, and that just explains the whole thing. If you just put that in there, that's why Shaquita, Shaquanda. That's the whole point. He's
trying
just
to make it like it was a joke, but it wasn't no damn joke.
He's just racist. Please, Slaki, go ahead.
White people, all these derogatory terms. We can make fun of Asian people. We can make fun of all these other races. But if someone makes a joke on us, we sit there and cry and complain. Here's the thing. If I want to play the victim mindset, I could do it the best. I'm Muslim. My parents are from Sudan. I speak Arabic. I'm black and I'm Arab. So I can literally sit there, oh my God, I was discriminated against after 9/11. Everyone will call me Saddam. And then when I go into a grocery store, everyone thinks I'm going to steal because I'm black. I can sit there and take the victim mindset too. But you know what? The world doesn't fucking owe you understanding. People are going to be racist. People are going to be biased. They're not going to sit there and get to know you. We live in a world where it's first impression first, and they're going to make their decision. You can't change how people perceive you. But what you can do is you can change their opinion of you once they meet you. So here's the thing. Instead of people crying about stereotypes, prove the fucking stereotype wrong. Stop being an idiot. Speak proper English. Be educated. Get your money together. Dress properly. Don't be an idiot. Do not perpetuate the stereotypes that align with your race.
Please do that. Pause that. This is why heathens can't be among us, and God had to make laws about it. I got to speak proper English, but the Chinese restaurant don't. And they can be mad when I can't understand what the hell that gook is saying. When I say, can I get 4 chicken wings and rice? Like, yo, and what'd you say? They mad. And meanwhile, this bastard telling me learn proper English. Like, once again, man, black leadership, you are garbage. You are garbage to God's people. Like, come on, y'all jump in if y'all want to get in. This is the last story.
He's just an ignorant heathen. He's ignorant of history, ignorant of present day. I don't know if you know, but those black people that were lynched and killed were wearing uniforms of the United States soldiers as they killed them. Like, white people aren't just killing the ignorant black people. They kill preachers, reverends. They killed Martin Luther King. My God. They killed Martin. Surely he talked good English. Surely he was Christian. He's the king of all Christianity. White people still killed Martin Luther King. They kill you when you're wearing a suit. They kill you because they hate you. Do I have to give the list? They killed 3 little girls in a church. That's what they kill. They kill little girls in a church. They sick dogs on children wearing dresses and suits and ties on Sunday. This idiot doesn't know anything about black people because he's not black.
Right.
And if I could, General, let me let you.
That was it, sir.
If I could, General, they got slavery in Yemen.
Yeah.
Like a heathen is telling us how our black woman shouldn't be complaining that he degrade them, and they got slavery in Yemen.
Come.
Let me read something real quick. Here's a woman from Yemen. By God, I am broken from the inside. It's not normal. I don't feel like a human being. I can't breathe properly like other human beings. We suffer from the forced niqab, child marriage, divorce shame, domestic violence, honor killings. I don't know, as if we are aliens. They, male family members, have to oppress us, and we have to stay oppressed like a puppet controlled by strings. This is what a Yemeni woman told me over the phone as her shaky voice reflected the sadness, the hurt, the fear which women in Yemen have come to experience on a daily basis over the past 3 months as a member of the Yemen team at Amnesty International. And you telling me that heathen is on a top podcast in the United States telling black women you should not complain when you treating black women over there like garbage in Yemen, which is where he's from, but his family is from Sudan. Once again, a goddamn heathen got to tell us how we should be, and our black brothers sit there like two dumb asses and let them tell us this, like they know better how we should be, when he could not make a dime unless he made it off of us in a black podcast. It makes me want to vomit. Marat, please, when you finish, go to minute marker 138. We ain't gonna stay much longer on this, but please bring your comment.
Khan. So if you look on the screen, so this is a quote from a woman from Yemen. This is entitled. Slocky, let me put it up on a big screen so I can see. Akdam women tell their stories of violence, injustice, and poverty in Yemen. She said, "I don't want to die." Here's the thing: over there in Yemen, they could just kill them sisters. I mean, them heathens. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it. She said, "I don't want to die." There's another one on here. She was trying to tell the guy, like, I'm not the type of woman who sells her body, and she just started getting abused.
Exactly.
I mean, but they can't play the victim. I guess they can say, "Oh, you know what? I can't say victim because he gonna shoot me."
But black women can't say, "I'd rather keep my man and don't go get no heathen." I can't blame them. They don't want to be left to have to go with no Yemenis man, seeing what kind of animal that is. I ain't mad at them for wanting their own man.
Can Jewish grandmothers say, "I want you to marry a Jewish person"?
Right.
Which they say every day, all the time, constantly. Can an Italian grandmother say, "I want you to marry a Catholic"? Can anybody have a preference to who they want to marry? I think everybody else does.
Yeah.
They all do.
Everybody can, except for black women, who are the only people not allowed to say, "I don't want my men to marry white women. I want my men to marry someone that is like their mother."
Right.
I think that's just damn near everybody thinks that.
And they can't say, "I don't want no other heathen. I want my black man."
That's right.
Forget about it. If they say that, it's damn near sacrilege. Marat, give me marker 138. Let me get this last part in on the same tape. I didn't even hear this part yet. I'm gonna just let this heathen play. Marker 138. I think he says where it is. Y'all see it in the email?
You got it.
138 and something.
And sir, this is the fault of the Christian church. Like you Christians and that evil behind Christian church, this is the result of that. Them brothers and they're not saying nothing is weak because of the Christian church. Like there ain't no strength in the Christian church to stand up for what's right and what's wrong and for your people. They sitting there weak like they do in church, sir. The same exact vibe.
Quiet, corn-fed, and dumb. Go ahead, you die.
I
was gonna say, sir, what y'all bringing out is just so heavy. I was on a Clubhouse earlier, and this hand mic came on there trying to tell these sisters, talking about, well, because the sisters were trying to say, the only way you're gonna beat white supremacy is through black supremacy. They must have been listening to us and Captain Mashak when he said it out there, sir. The hand mic came in there saying, well, there's really no issue with with white supremacy, with black supremacy. That won't work. And I had to step in. I'm like, what's wrong with our people standing up and coming back together? And we tried to bring up Martin Luther King. I said, your people benefited off of that. Our people were the ones that were destroyed from that, sir. I couldn't stand there and listen to that garbage.
That was right, Doc. Like them heathens all about loving all the races while they gobbling up what's in your pocket.
Yep.
While they utilizing you for everything they want. The minute they get everything, they ain't trying to live next to you.
Nope.
Then they talking about Africa's the best. Give me a little bit more. I'm done. I can't even take it no more. Give me a little more. We gonna be.
And I've always said it, like, especially like in cities like Miami, New York City, LA, etc. I think guys got to understand when you're competing in these like cities where it's you got a lot of rich people, whatever it is, you're gonna lose your girl to simp sometimes. It is what it is. There's like sugar daddies out there. Oh, I'll pay you $2,000 to come with me to dinner and shit. Like you're gonna, if you're not paying these chicks to like the trick, you're gonna lose them.
Yo, by the way, I realize as time is going on, like watching a girl.
Did you hear what he said? This is one of the top podcasts among black people in America. And he just finished saying, basically, if you don't have money to whore out your women, then other nations will spend the money and whore your woman, and you won't be getting anywhere.
It's like make believe.
It's like make believe.
Okay, so there's no poor brothers with women. Are you out of your mind? So what are you saying, that poor men can't get women?
No.
Oh, there's no.
Because if you're in a big city like Miami or New York, the rich is going to have the money to pimp your woman.
I don't know. It seems like poor brothers get a lot of women.
Do they?
It seems like I think they have much problem getting a woman when you're poor. I think they get them on the bus.
Yeah.
Kind of won't come.
What is he? It's like he's looking at black culture, talking about it, but he's not in it. He doesn't understand that when black women deal with men with no money all the time.
Yep.
And that's why
it's commonplace.
Yeah.
Come.
And that's why heathen can't tell us how we supposed to goddamn be. It's a joke.
But those two got to know that. Those two know.
And they quiet like a goddamn
come on now.
mouse.
Like they know that poor black men have sex with women with more money than them. Jesus Christ. This is not a secret.
No, it's not.
Right? No. This is common. And they sit there as if this is true.
Right.
That show you the level of weakness that we have become. I'm saying we as a people because of that Christian church. They know what he's saying is not right. They know it's a lie. But because they so weak, they can't even argue against it. You understand? That's the weakness that we have come. And once again, that go back to the Christian church. Yeah. You raise these men up to be very weak in the Christian church, which is why they sit there not saying nothing and agreeing with them. Like it's funny. Ha, 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 ha. You understand? But in the I.S.U.P.K, we don't raise our young men coming here to be like that at all. You come in here, you may be weak coming in here. You could be. You need some help. But you get in here and stay here long enough, you're going to be strong. And when that cat bring that, you're going to cut him. You're going to check him with it with the Spirit of the Lord, and he's going to shut his mouth.
And if I could, Haas, you only weak because you've been listening to demons.
Yes.
You're weak because they've lied to you so much and broken your spirit and beat you into the ground. What General Haas bringing out is so right. Like you beat and broken because the lies. That's why you beat and broken. You ain't physically beat and broken. You're the greatest and strongest 12 tribes of the children of Israel. You're the mightiest people in the world.
Yeah.
You top at everything, but you are broken because they grinded your spirit out of you. And that's why God sent you a little sanctuary, the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge, so that your spirit could be revived. The Lord told Ezekiel this. He said, prophesy unto them. And Ezekiel said, I prophesied unto them. And the Lord breathed in the breath of life into them. This truth breathes into you something that encourages you. You're not going to tell me you sat here 2 hours listening to this show and you are Black or Latino or Native Indian and you don't feel some sense of hype some sense of enthusiasm based on what we said. What you don't understand is that was the Lord breathing it into you. Let it go inside you, man, and strengthen you and strengthen your ability so you can build your family, your brothers, your sisters, so you could be amazing on the earth. You, according to God, not me, are the greatest nation on the face of this earth.
That's right,
but
sir.
The world has not seen you. So you look at heathens as though their nation is great. Give the Most High a chance to make you the nation you are supposed to be. And if you want a small example, join me April 14th in Cocoa Beach, Florida. I will show you brotherhood. I will show you. I am a ghetto nigga from the projects, and I will show you what a ghetto nigga could do with brotherhood and sisterhood and the knowledge of the Bible to bring us together as one. Support us. ISUPK.com is our website. I'll see you every Monday night right on this channel and in the truth. Shalom, Israel.
That's right, sir.
But no cowards in our camp, gotta let their colors fly.
I.S.U.P.K. 53rd Annual Lord Passover.
53rd Annual Lord's Passover is going to be held down here in Florida.
It's going down.
You're here tonight to get a chance to be righteous enough to be worthy of God coming to save you.
That's right.
It's going down. The Lord's 53rd Annual Passover.
When we say we no cowards, we stop that business. We no cowards up in here.
Book your hotels now at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, the IHG Hotel, 301 Tucker Lane, Cocoa Beach, Florida, 32926.
Here's a lot of men down. You dealing with the men of war. We at war. I sided with the Lord of war.
Y'all see this?
Comes with all your dishes, pots, and sports knives.
I got like this. This is like an apartment and a hotel room. You know what I mean?
This here right here is about to be holy ground. It's going to be holy ground. All our beautiful, wonderful brothers and sisters from all over the world. You understand? We can boast that now. Brothers and sisters coming not only from every state, but from all over the world. I heard the numbers this year is ridiculous. We had to buy out the whole hotel.
Friday, April 15th at the Space Coast Convention Center.
My camp undefeated. You cannot debate it. You just want the clout. We just want the grades. I'm just trying to get it.
This is going to be glorious.